Hey folks, today we are taking a look at the original Generation 1 Insecticons. Now I will be the first to admit that these guys have seen better days. Yeah, they're not in the best shape in the world, but these were originally bought way back in the late 90s when eBay toy buying was just getting started. And, well, what can I tell you? They've got a little bit of wear and tear on them, especially the parts at the tips of these two guys. You can see that the chrome bits have worn off and are actually showing yellow plastic underneath, which I find very funny. So what we have here are Bombshell, Shrapnel, and Kickback. These are the original Insecticons that appeared in the Generation 1 TV show. Bombshell is a rhinoceros beetle. Shrapnel is a stag beetle. And Kickback is a locust or grasshopper. Now, personally, I have actually never seen a rhinoceros or stag beetle in person. I see grasshoppers all the time. I mean, living on the east coast of the United States, you see them quite a bit. But personally, like I said, never seen a rhinoceros or a stag beetle. I don't think they're indigenous to the United States. I know they definitely show up in Japan. So, overall, the look of these guys is pretty good. They're just pretty much like robotic insects, and they are very 80s. Very 80s. Now, these guys are based off of Diaclone, or the original molds are based off of Diaclone, and you'll see the proof of that here when we get into robot mode. So let's go ahead and get them into the robot mode. We'll put Shrapnel and Kickback off to the side. Now, the transformations for these guys are just very, very simple. For Bombshell, as you can see, you already see part of the transformation there. Take the back part of the figure and fold it down to form the legs. Take the insect legs and fold them out to form the robot arms. Then take the horn, fold the whole horn section back to reveal the head, and then you could kind of put the horn section back up a little bit if you want, but you're really supposed to just fold it all the way back like that. So here we have Bombshell in robot mode. So we'll put him off to the side. Take a look at Kickback next. You know, I don't know if do these rub symbols work? I mean, oh, yeah, they do. Hey, almost 30 years later, and the rub symbols still work. That's pretty cool. All right, so for Kickback, take the purple grasshopper leg bits and fold them up into the robot legs. Take the wings and fold them straight up. Take the insect head, fold it around, or rotate it around about 180 degrees. Then take the insect legs and just fold them up together and then push them forward. Like that. And here we have Kickback in robot mode. And we'll put him off to the side, and we'll go ahead and take a look at Shrapnel. Now, Shrapnel is, he does have a piece of the insect mode broken off. That's the way this guy came. Take the rear section of the insect mode and pull it straight down. And these purple bits, thrusters that are pointing out, fold them down. They do tend to stick. And then take that whole rear section that you just slid down and rotate it 180. Stand the figure up, fold the yellow leg pieces back along the back, and then open up the antenna to form the face. And there we go. Now, I will admit that this guy does have a little bit of an issue, and it is a pretty standard issue to Shrapnel, in that the legs don't technically want to stay all the way up. I mean, all the way extended. That's just an issue with Shrapnel that we have. So here we have the three in robot mode, and as you can see, they all look pretty good. The robot modes do suffer a little bit from some wear and tear over the years, but overall the faces are interesting, and the three of them together are rather interesting. Now, the one thing I do find that's really weird is Shrapnel, who is technically the leader in the cartoon, is actually the shortest of the three, which I just find funny, with Bombshell being the tallest, and then, well, if you count the wings, Kickback is the tallest. Now, as I said, that these guys were originally from the Diaclone line, and the reason is because these yellow plastic fronts open up, and in the original Diaclone toys, you had these little figures, these little people figures that could fit inside each of them. Now, let's see, original Optimus Prime, the Dinobots, the Constructicons, the Trainbots that appeared in Victory, bunch of different figures are from G1 are from Diaclone. So that's why we have these little openings. So we'll close those up. Posability for these guys is, well, they can move the arms and the legs do move, but why would you want to move them? They really can't so much pose. Now, each one of these guys did come with a gun. Unfortunately, I never was able to get the guns because they were next to impossible to find. But overall, they're not too bad, though they are rather tiny. I'm just looking to see if I have anything here to compare it to. Oh, here we go. It's not a Transformer, but Metalhead from the current TMNT line is about the same size. Overall, the Insecticons from G1 aren't too bad. You can find re-releases of these guys in a bunch of different places. There are the commemorative re-releases in the US, there are the Japanese re-releases from a couple of years ago, there are recolor re-releases, eHobby has a re-release, so these molds are out there. Or you could just find a pristine version somewhere online. Okay, that doesn't want to transform back. Yeah, that's another problem I have with this Shrapnel, is the leg doesn't want to slide in, especially if the foot is not positioned correctly. So yeah, you could get a hold of these guys pretty easily. Would I recommend it? That's a hard call. I mean, that really is a hard call, simply because if you're not a fan of G1, you're probably not going to like these guys all that much. And that is just me saying, look, toy technology has moved on, let's put it that way. So I would actually recommend, if you really want to get these guys in G1 perfect condition, there are plenty of re-releases, as I said, so go ahead and pick one of those up. If not, but you like the idea of these guys, I would pick up the Fans Project Causality figures, or the not Insecticons. And now I've already reviewed those over the course of 2012 and maybe in 2011, and those are excellent, excellent figures, and I would recommend picking them up over picking these guys up. But these guys are no slouches either.